Chapter 1. When you are getting on in years but not ill. Of course, you get very sleepy at times. And the hours seem to pass like lazy cattle moving across a landscape. It was like that for Chips as the autumn term progressed and the days shortened till it was actually dark enough to light the gas before call over. For Chips, like some old sea captain, still measured time by the signals of the past. And well he might, for he lived at Mrs. Wickett's, just across the road from the school. He had been there more than a decade, ever since he finally gave up his mastership. And it was Brookfield far more than Greenwich time that both he and his landlady kept. Mrs. Wickett. Chips would sing out, in that jerky, high-pitched voice that had still a good deal of sprightliness in it. "You might bring me a cup of tea before prep, will you? When you are getting on in years it is nice to sit by the fire and drink a cup of tea. And listen to the school bell sounding dinner. Call over, prep, and lights out." Chips always wound up the clock after that last bell. Then he put the wire guard in front of the fire, turned out the gas, and carried a detective novel to bed. Rarely did he read more than a page of it before sleep came swiftly and peacefully. More like a mystic intensifying of perception than any changeful entrance into another world. For his days and nights were equally full of dreaming. He was getting on in years but not ill, of course. Indeed, as Dr. Wetherby said, there was really nothing the matter with him. "My dear fellow, you're fitter than I am," Wetherby would say, sipping a glass of sherry when he called every fortnight or so. "You're past the age when people get these horrible diseases. You're one of the few lucky ones who are going to die a really natural death. That is, of course, if you die at all. You're such a remarkable old boy that one never knows." But when Chips had a cold or when east winds roared over the fenlands, Wetherby would sometimes take Mrs. Wickett aside in the lobby and whisper, "Look after him, you know. His chest. It puts a strain on his heart. Nothing really wrong with him, only Anno Domini. But that's the most fatal complaint of all, in the end. Anno Domini. By Jove, yes. Born in 1848. And taken to the Great Exhibition as a toddling child. Not many people still alive could boast a thing like that. Besides, Chips could even remember Brookfield in Wetherby's time. A phenomenon, that was. Wetherby had been an old man in those days, 1870. Easy to remember because of the Franco-Prussian War. Chips had put in for Brookfield after a year at Melbury, which he hadn't liked, because he had been ragged there a good deal. But Brookfield he had liked. Almost from the beginning. He remembered that day of his preliminary interview, sunny June, with the air full of flower scents and the plick-plock of cricket on the pitch.